Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we're playing more Historic No Ban List, and it is all access. Just add the cards, even if you don't own them, to your deck list. Select No Ban List, enter the event, you can play. It's free to play, so you can try out any deck you want. The only 3 cards that are banned are Channel, Tybalt's Trickery, and Demonic Tutor. Everything else is fair game. We've played a lot of decks thus far. You can check them out on the playlist. I have a video highlighting some deck ideas as well. But today we're going to try out the hottest. Outside of like Beans in Modern and Legacy, Questing Druid is being played in Murktide, a whole bunch of different lists. I think it was either Doomwake or Aspiring Spike was playing like a Questing Druid Prowess deck with like mutagenic growth and stuff like that. But we don't quite have all those cards. Thought we could try out something similar in this format. So Questing Druid lets you seek the beast, play cards from exile to the turn, and then it's kind of like that Miracle Grow creature where whenever you cast anything that's non-green, you put counters on it so it gets bigger. Playing that with Ren's Resolve for card advantage. Then a whole plethora of 1-drops, as well as Mishra's Bauble for free cast. Dragon Rage Chandler becomes a 3/3 flyer. Mono for the burst. It's also an enchantment. Lightning Bolt, play with fire. Just want to have a lot of answers to like Regavans and stuff. Regavan itself, Abundant Harvest, card draw, or just helps us hit lands. And then we have Jarsoul that lets us free cast all this stuff. And 4 mana Minsk and Boo. So we'll give this a shot, see how it plays out. This might actually be a Blood Moon deck. Is it a Blood Moon deck? I think it's a Blood Moon deck. Let's try it. I did mono red Blood Moon, but let's try this one out. Blood Moon. Alrighty. We don't own them, but we're going to ruin people's mana bases and give it a shot. We played a lot of cool decks so far. The mono red Blood Moon deck was by and far the most powerful. We also played Necropotent Storm. That was very successful. We did Intruder Alarm Elves, which is up. I tried Natural Order Defense of the Hearth, and it fell flat on its face. Too many moving parts. Your deck's either mana dorks or big things, and just not drawing the stuff kind of hurts. I think this hand's fine. We got Ren's Resolves, which are good for future turns. We have Lightning Bolt or the Monkey. So I'm going to wait till they go to combat, just in case they have a second copy that they could dash in. Dark Ritual Sheoldred. And now I cry. I don't think I can beat this. Or I could next turn. Jarsoul casts the Bolt, so just don't Thoughtseize me or kill my Jarsoul. Necropotence. Alright. Opponent is playing the broken stuff. The thing is, they're very likely to find another Sheoldred at this point. And I need to take this to try to get the Sheoldred out. So they are down. So they drew 1 too many. Get rid of some lands. Necropotence and Bolus's Citadel is such a sweet combo. Oh, I can't even do this. I'm just dead. I was short of mana. We could have Blood Mooned them and then hope to draw a land, but at that point, like, the Sheoldred's just hitting us for so much damage. Turn 2 Sheoldred when you're a Gruul deck after you've already answered a Regavan. Like, if they didn't have Regavan on 1 and they just went Sheoldred on 2, probably okay. all things considered, but not today. Alright. That was a no-go. So if you want to beat up on Gruul decks, Dark Ritual into Shieldred into Necropotence. The Bauble Fatal Push is also a really nice Revolt enabler. That's actually the first Shieldred I've seen all day. Let's try it. I have so many. So we're going to play with Fire Their Face to maximize the amount of chances to hit a second line. Change my mind. Perfect. Never didn't have it. We needed to, because like now we're good. Well, Ren's Resolve. If I draw a land, I just Blood Moon them and then kind of lock them out. Juggy. Okay, so they're a Winota deck. I'm gonna give him the chance to take Blood Moon. You take the Bolt. Get rid of Dragon Rage. So a little punish there. But like if they don't have, we're just gonna Blood Moon them the next turn. Probably should have Ren's Resolve. We lose thing. So sequencing wise might make sense to go Resolve over Questing Druid. So they need another Juggernaut Peddler here. Crucius comes down. So Crucius will allow him to cast Winota. And that's likely what they're doing here. Still think we do this. I think we probably are not going to be able to attack with Ragavan. I think we just want to dig for a removal spell for Crucius. If they constructed their deck in a manner that Winota is their like top hit, then any 3-drop they discard finds it. So less in terms of finding like your 7-drops. Crucius was actually kind of like the perfect card for them because it lets them get under. Okay, so no Winota there is a good first sign. We are turned off from our green cards. I do need to fix the mana base and add in probably 2 more basic forests. Just because we get locked out of Blood Moon with the current configuration. Weird sequencing. So they had the Winota, but they chose not to cast the Winota because they didn't want to attack with Crucius. That puts an enchantment in the yard. We are kind of locked out here. We're probably gonna just die to this Winota trigger. They just got under us. The Crucius was very clutch to hit. I think swing and miss. Swing and miss. So probably end up blocking Crucius here. Yeah, I think we messed that up. With Crucius, we shouldn't have prioritized the Blood Moon. And they just had another Crucius. The Crucius definitely helps. Definitely helps. We need to fix this mana base. I think instead of Minsk, we play Bloodbraid Elf. Just dead. Didn't find any removal that game. Went through like half our deck, found one play with fire. Okay, so this is why we theory craft. So Bloodbraid Elf can be something we play. What we do want, and I keep forgetting, is a card in this format. I don't know why I keep forgetting it. Unholy Heat. I keep thinking, like, because it's nerfed in regular. Okay, so let's tweak this up a bit. Get rid of you. Play with, or Unholy Heat. Why you have favorites, and then you remove all my favorites always. And then I think it's just Bloodbraid Elf, like, as our top end. The Jarcel's not bad. Maybe trim a Blood Moon. Play 3 Bloodbraid. And then we do want to fix the mana base a bit. So trim 2 forests. I think we just cut the Passeju. Play 3 forests. Run it like that. Alright. Because with Bloodbraid Elf, it's effectively some more copies. The Unholy Heat gives us another avenue to have cheap removal that can hit. So we'll run it like this, see if it helps. I do think I haven't played much with Questing Druid, and I think the sequencing, I have Pia built in Pioneer, but I'm not on the Naya version. I'm just on the Boros version. I don't think the timing of Questing Druid in the Pia deck works as well. It might be that we don't have enough free spells to take. Like in Modern, you have Lava Dart and Mutagenic Growth, which both help to just be spells that you can pay life, which is always beneficial. Had they not had Crucius that turn, we lock them out of their mana base, which is perfect. But they had it, couldn't do much about it. And then Crucius, like, they built it proper where you always find Winota. Discard your 3-drop, Winota, go to 10. Alright. Don't know what happened there, but give it another go. That looks great. So this effectively gets me 2 triggers. I do think I want to find a land right now. And then having this in the graveyard has utility. Built to Smash. Perfect. Okay, so they're like a blitz deck. I think we just got to keep them off creatures. And I'm going to do this main phase. Honestly, having Jarsoul into Bloodbraid, I think is fine. Because like next turn, they play out a creature this turn, I play Bloodbraid. That's good. Then I go Jarsoul. I Unholy Heat you. We get rid of Abundant Harvest. So now I am Artifact Instant Sorcery. They can pump through a lot of damage. That's fine. Then get to... I think I am going to protect my life total here. This could be Monstrous Rage. I guess Trample. I guess that was dumb. Oh no, it doesn't. It's an artifact. Ew. Where are all my burn spells? So land on top. Well, you know what card's not going to be good in the basic mountain deck? I think just playing kind of pseudo control here has utility. Like I'm soaking up a good amount of damage here. So I'm actually going to Ren's Resolve here because I get it off Jarsoul. And the wording on this is until your next turn. So Jarsoul, cast this. I think here I'm just going to cast Questing Druid. And then set up for next turn where I can Ren's Resolve. The one thing to consider here, like I don't have a way to put the Blood Moon, because I have the Angers. Take the damage here. So now we kind of pop off. Mountain in the yard. I think since we drew that, we'll do this. I can get one more point of damage in, but I think we're just gonna kind of hit him like this. Because they're gonna be kind of inclined with a spell, the pump. And if they don't, then I can deal with the Kenra, especially if they use their mana here. I mean, the bolt's face up, so they shouldn't do it. The bolt is face up, you shouldn't do it. Alright, we got him. Alright. That one felt much smoother. I do think we maybe want another 3-drop. So maybe we don't play Blood Moon here. And just the way it kind of pops off. Or we just get rid of this and go all in. Play that. And then just play Reckless Impulse. Honestly, even like Chandra could be interesting. Try out Dress to Kill. We're just kind of messing around with things. We could play Season Pyromancer, we could play Fable the Mirror Breaker. There's a couple things we can try out. But I think I like this kind of aggressive shell. It might be better Fable over Blood Moon too, but then you run into the thing. Like, I don't want too many expensive cards. The thing is with Chandra, she can fuel mana into things, so it makes it a little bit better. Opponent goes first, but we got Ragavan Bolt Heat, so we got some options. We also have the option to dash Ragavan onto. So in the dark, Monkey, go. We control. So the thing is, in this format, there's a bunch of 1 mana removal spells. Source Plowshare. You have I forget the name of it. There's a few. I think here, I'm gonna cast the DRC. Now, I do need to be mindful because Divine Purge might be a thing. They are somewhat incentivized, though, to deal with this Ragavan. Because if it connects, Hornlocked Whale. I can actually heat my own Ragavan, but I think that's fine. Put you to the bottom. And then second Reggae. This is good. Now I can force the attack and then try to sneak down the Blood Moon. They don't have blue mana open right now, like outside of the Adhikar Waste. Honestly, Divine Purge isn't the end of the world. We're going to start by attacking. I want them to tap down that blue mana. Honestly, go for it. What you got? You have the counter? I think we get rid of Fragment here. Why does it look like the card is peeling here? Okay, Impulse is going to try to find them a land. They could have Fragment Reality. That was a card I was thinking. We did hit a Hornlock Whale, so at least one of them is gone from the game. And the turn here. Unholy Heat can also do a nice job of eventually hitting a Teferi. And if they hit our Blood Moon with Fragment, I get a 50-50 chance, another Ragavan, or Soul Partition. Sure. We're gonna hang onto the Bolt. Be decent against the Teferi. See what goodies we can steal. It'd be great if I could steal their Teferi. I'm gonna do this in case I hit a land. I could have Blood Mooned again, but it's worse to do that. This could bait out a counterspell. I have land and sorcery at this point. We'll name non-land here. That's a nice one. I should have probably... At this point, I'm going to force the sweeper out of them. I have Bloodbraid to follow up, and if they do sweep, I can just Blood Moon and then lock them out that way. And then I have the basic anyways. Especially if they're relying on stuff like Myrex. Like, they have to answer at this point, otherwise they're in a bit of trouble. And like, this is only blue mana this turn. And we can lock out Hornlock Whale. They're gonna have to... Let's do this. I'm basically forcing their hand here. When you're playing against control, like... So they reprieve, it comes back to my hand. Don't want another Blood Moon. Try to get him that way there. The Union's pretty good. They were never going to tap out of like the reprieve, so can't really play around those things. Okay, so they did find their basic island at the very least. Their main phasing Hornlock Whale. Think so. We need to try to get Delirium. So this will actually turn on Delirium. Oh no, but I don't have the mana. So I can go face. So they're dead. So here with heat, that's enough damage. Let me get him that way there. Bye, whale friend. Too big, too strong, too fast. Alrighty. Take that. Do this one more. I like the kind of general idea of this. DRC. Notably, we don't have any green sources. But turn 1 DRC on the play. Double Unholy Heat. Unholy Heat was a card we were missing from the earlier build. I may still run Resolve on 2, depending on what our opponent plays out. Like, I kind of hope they make the decision for us and like play a Ragavan out. Just so we have a little bit more information in terms of Okay. Not quite sure what's happening here. I want at least a land. That's actually really solid. So in this matchup, I'm probably just going to go Questing Druid as a creature and then hold up Lightning Bolt. When you see the Tangle Pool Bridge, has you a bit worried. What is in store? Could just be Affinity. Instead of blue-white, it's playing like Oko. This could be Scissors. Springleaf Drum. Moon Snake. So their Affinity. Bant Affinity? Or just Simic Affinity? Let's go. I'm gonna do this one now, just it does 2 versus 3. I think we're good on the bobble at this point. It puts the artifact in the yard. So now we're just 1 spell away. So we need either an enchantment or a creature or a land. I could potentially hit Blood Moon. So we're gonna set an upkeep stop. Metal Cyst. That's a scary. 5. Perfect. Get rid of you. I'll keep the Questing Druid on top. We're not going to cast it this turn, but it gives us a good spell plus creature potentially for next turn. They can have the Nettle Cyst to make a big thing, but now they need a flyer kind of mixed in there. Dot monitor is said flyer. Not out of the woods yet. Notably, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 artifacts, so it's outside of Unholy Heat range. We just want them to avoid having the lifelink. Moonsnare Prototype can tap Nettle Cyst to add mana. Okay, so they're up the Beanstalk version. So Thought Monitor draws a card from Beanstalk. Okay, so that was a clutch draw for them, because that does allow them to now equip the Nettle Cyst. Need a burn spell. Yikes. I have to attack with Dragon Rage, so instead of just giving them the free block, they're going to take the block on the Questing Druid because it's lethal. I'll block the Ornithopter there. I do have this Den. What are we looking for? Honestly, it's not great at this point because like Springleaf kind of fixes their mana. Blood Moon doesn't really help. Abundant Harvest wouldn't be too bad. Name non-land. Obviously chaining some Lightning Bolts together would be good. We just weren't getting an attack likely through with Regavant, so that's a good start. One of the lands. No Shadow Sphere, please. I said please, so no Shadow Sphere. Chandra Dress to kill is not too bad. I'm actually gonna keep Abundant Harvest because it guarantees a hit from this.
I won't stop fighting till the people are safe again. This is
Oh wait, if it's a red card. Oops. That was wrong. Do they have the channel? No, we're just dead. I forgot that this was red cards. Shows how much I played this. So once we fixed the deck a bit, kind of did a cool thing. I still think like a mono red version is just a little bit cleaner because you're not hurting yourself. But questing Druid did a lot there. We had a lot of card advantage kind of mixed into there. But that's it for today. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching.